To me, it sounds like you got a little haterism in your game.
Well, Cal, God, no, this ain't no hateration or no holleration in this dancery, okay? What I'm saying is that black people need to stop lying.
Is Kamala black, yes or no?
Now, I probably wouldn't say this in front of white folk, but in front of y'all, I'm gonna speak my mind.
Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I heard she's half black and half Asian.
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. The reason I like Man on the Street interviews, and the reason that we often play when like MSNBC or CNN goes out and does interviews at a Trump rally or goes into a Black Barbershop or some Hispanic-owned business and they all want Donald Trump back, is because reality has a right-wing bias, right? Biology is real. The laws of the universe are real. The laws of science, nature, and creation are real. And it doesn't matter what fantasy land you want to live in your head. Like, there are realities to life under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Namely, Kamala Harris. Become quite clear that Joe Biden isn't even sentient anymore. So Kamala Harris's administration has created absolute collapse for everyone. And it has a lot of people saying, hold on, like, bring back Trump. One of our favorite clips is actually from a Black Barbershop, where an MSNBC reporter went into that barbershop and asked these guys, hey, do you like Trump? And they're like, yes, we want Trump back because we're broke with Biden. This is, of course, before they illegitimately installed and selected, not elected, Kamala Harris. Go.
There are some people in your orbit who are either voting for Donald Trump or considering it?
For sure. A lot of my friends are obviously my age, so we're a little younger. We've only voted once, you know, for a president, and Trump is kind of all we know, and they're kind of Trump and Biden. They're like, well, we were broke with Biden, we weren't with Trump, and that's kind of the only thing that I'm hearing over and over again, is that, well, Trump, we had money. Well, okay.
So now the Black Barbershop is going viral once more in the 2024 election cycle. Very entertaining. The reason why is because President Trump went and did an event at something called the National Association of Black Journalists. This was an event that was taking place in Chicago. It takes place every single year. And as you can well imagine, this is an association for black journalists. Donald Trump went on stage and mocked the entire panel of black women who were asking him questions and embarrassed them. But they were able to get Trump to talk about Kamala Harris and her heritage, which I think is a mistake. I just got to straight up say it, okay? Not criticizing here, because this is tough just going into this environment, but I think that it's bad to play the left's game for them, play identity politics, right? If you're going to play identity politics, they created identity politics. I was born and raised in the Briar Patch. Like, they created this, right? And so don't go roll in the mud with pigs, so to speak, right? You're gonna lose because the pigs live in the mud. Nonetheless, Donald Trump just called Kamala Harris a fake. He said she's a fake. She's a fake person. She's a fake background. She's everyone, everything to everyone, right? And there is no such thing as her authentic self. She is the end result of an empty husk, right? That can be used by the powers that be. And people obviously, people inside the government love that. An empty vessel is perfect for this position, the position of the president. This is what Barack Obama was. This is what Joe Biden was. This is what Kamala Harris was. They hate guys like Donald Trump who actually carry with them a worldview. Nonetheless, what has happened since is a conversation about Kamala Harris and who Kamala Harris is. And there's a dude who works for CBS News who, to his great credit, went to a black barbershop and asked questions about the guys there at the Black Barbershop. And he asked, what do you think of Kamala? Listen to this.
Of those candidates. Now for something completely different. In my 20 years plus in journalism, I've noticed some of the best conversations I've ever had, whether at a protest, a rally, or just in a neighborhood, have come with real people off the air. It's time to change that. With my sidekick, Evan Mack, we are taking you to the real people in our community and attacking controversial topics in a very authentic and open way. Here is a taste of what we found when we met with black voters about politics at a barbershop in Mechanicsburg. Kamala Harris, okay? Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Hold on, wait, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I'm gonna let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow, is Kamala black, yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
It feel like she black when she wanna be. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest,
I feel that same.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, she uses the black card when she have to.
Wow, it's huge. I'm just saying, I've heard this is huge, man.
Okay, so that's interesting. My follow-up question is, does it matter?
At this point, no. I think America's. I tell people this right now. If you really want change in this country, you would not be voting for either of the lesser of two evils. So, like, if we at that point, if we truly at that point as Americans, then we know what we need to do.
But I'm talking about this. We're debating her ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right? And we're hedging, right? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
If she came out tomorrow and was like, yo, I'm black.
That don't mean nothing to me. Obama was black.
Right. Does it mean anything to you?
No. Wow.
Now, hold on. Do you think, though, let's flip it a little bit further. Does a black candidate maybe understand your background, your needs better than a candidate who's not?
If they've come from our background.
This is why I love Man on the Streets. This is why I love going and talking to real people. We try as hard as we can to get out of the studio ourselves. But whenever we pick up a man on the street, it's always like, it's so good because your opinion can't be wrong. And those guys can't be wrong. This is what they believe. Like, you're putting a camera into their lives. They'd be at that barbershop no matter what. This is those guys' barbershop, presumably. And they're there. And this is the point of the thing, is that you're just meeting people in their real life. CBS reporter, is Kamala Harris asks black men in a barbershop, is Kamala really black? To me, no, is their response. In fairness, the guy asked about Trump, right? So here's the other side.
Let's talk about Donald Trump.
Okay.
Is he a racist?
I'm gonna let everybody speak before I speak on that.
All right, so hold on. You're
What a crazy way to frame the question, right? So if you were being fair, and good for whoever this guy is, this local CBS reporter, for going out and doing this. But dude, if you're being fair, if you're going to ask about Kamala's heritage, then you ask a question about Trump's heritage. You realize it's two very different things. And that the bias comes in the asking of the question, right? So is Trump racist is in itself an attack on Trump. Just asking that question. The question itself has a bias.
in here. That's a great question. Is Donald Trump a racist?
Oh, he gets his microphone out.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I see something for myself that would paint in my mind or give me the information, the evidence, hey, he's racist, I would say yes. But currently, that man hasn't done anything or said anything that made me look at him and go, oh, he's a racist.
Amazing.
But what do you think when you hear that question? Is Donald Trump racist? What's the first thought that comes in your mind?
It has been painted in the media for him, because they take sound bites of him, they take about his speeches, and they can turn them into him targeting one specific type of race in a sense like that. But like him, unless there's a defining image of him being racist, then he's racist to me.
Amazing. These guys have said that after years of trying to paint Donald Trump as a racist, because Democrats, of course, need the black vote and need their coalition of the dispossessed and oppressed, right, to win any election, it hasn't worked and it hasn't landed. In fact, Donald Trump has been cleaning up when it comes to rapper endorsements and been cleaning up when it comes to explaining himself and his policies for black Americans. And you hear it at the barbershops. So I just played 3 barbershop clips. And what does every single one of them have in common? Life was better under Trump. The end. Why is that so hard? Why do we have to group people by their skin? Isn't fixing the economy that helps everyone? Go live how you want to live. There's actually the media that puts everyone in these little boxes. But life's just better with President Trump, period. It is a remarkable thing. And it is something that President Trump explained actually quite beautifully at that event that inspired this question about Kamala's heritage, the National Black Association of Journalists. Donald Trump answered on stage. He was met on stage with this like vicious attack, and he knocks it out of the park, man, explaining. The reporter, "You're a racist." Same thing this guy just did. "You're a racist," says this reporter. And President Trump goes, "Oh yeah? How about this?"
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke, and I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love if you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you believe that black voters should trust you with another 4 years.
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act?
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Dude, I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. Enough of this charade. Like, I'm here to like collapse the whole this whole system, right? It's like the power of the system is they'll just slander you. They'll just call you whatever nasty name, even when it doesn't work, right? Donald Trump isn't a racist. And if you go out into the people, so the paid propagandist here on stage is paid to say that. She's paid to say that by ABC News, to go draw a line. But if you go into the barbershops and ask people, it's a totally different answer. And that's what actually matters, okay? There's more of them. There's more like normal people in the country, and there are people living in these little bubbles paid off by these special interests like that vicious ABC News reporter. And we're winning those people, and that's all that matters. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. That matters to us. See ya.